This one is G-R-A-T-U-I-T-Y. How do we pronounce that word?
Oh, Betty, you say gratuity, gratuity, but remember you can also say gratuity, tiwity or chuity. So there are two ways to say that word. We talk of alternative pronunciations for certain words in the English language.
I love it, Willis. And I also like his, expressions when he's explaining something. Willis, thank you for that. Now we know gratuity. Is that so, Willis?
Gratuity or chuity. So you say gratuity and you can also say gratuity.
Okay, got you, Willis. All right, let's now move on to this other word. Now, this one is one that confuses so many people. So do we say stipend or do we say stipend? How do we go about that, Willis?
You've got it right, Betty. You say sty, not sti. Stipend, no.
Okay.
You say stipend. Stipend with that vowel glide.
All right.
I.
Stipend. Stipend it is. Okay, let me just give you the last word that I have. And this one is a tricky one. So do we say dowry? Yani tumepeleka ng'ombe, yani tumepeleka dowry kwa wazazi. Or do we say dowry?
Betty, as I always say, many people innocently mispronounce certain words in the English language because of what they commonly hear around them or what we commonly hear around us locally. But if we had good guidance in good time, I believe we could do better. But now, you've asked me about the word. It is not dowry. Okay. You say dowry. To pay dowry, not dowry that we commonly hear around us.
Yeah, especially that's dowry. So that's not dowry, but it's dowry. All right, Willis, let's go to the collection that you have. I know there's so much interaction you've had online. Talk to us about the words that you have tonight.
Yes, Betty, first, before I go to the words that we have for tonight from different people, we have stakers Haron, we have Gladys Momanyi of Kisii, and we have Amina H. Mohammed of Mandera. We want to assure you that you will always get the very best. And keep it up because loving the show that much is great. It's Betty, and it is This Friday with Betty only on TV 47.
Love it,
when it comes to this segment, it's Which is Which with Willis Ocheng. Now, Claudia Mwangi of Nakuru, you say siphon, to siphon, not to siphon. At Titus Otieno 15 of Nairobi, you say hemosil. Hemosil. Your first word is very tricky, Titus. Hemosil. The second one, hemoglobin. Hemoglobin. Natasha Ali, you say amnesia. Amnesia. Avoid saying amnesia. Amnesia. And then the second word, you say miscellaneous. Betty, how many people do you hear saying amnesia?
So many, Willis. Even the other one that you mentioned, miscellaneous. We hear so many different weird,
miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous.
Many people say miscellaneous or miscellaneous.
Got you, Willis.
Yes, it happens, Betty, because people are innocent. Lack of guidance is a very bad thing, especially when you're learning a second or target language. And we have at Tony Ndiritu, you say veterinary, but you can also say veterinary. Veterinary. Veterinary or veterinary. Susan Bingi of Kampala, Uganda, you say eyebrows. Eyebrows. Don't say eyebrows. Eyebrows, common but wrong. Eyebrows, yes. John Mungai of Kanairo. Kanairo must be Nairobi, Betty.
Yes, it is Nairobi, Willis.
Okay, John Mungai of Kanairo or Nairobi for that matter, you say O. O, not awe. You say O. Isaac Karaoke, you say new for both words. Such words which have different spellings, different meanings, but the same pronunciation, you technically call them homophones. So, new and new. K-N-E-W, new. N-E-W, new. Catherine Kola of Malindi, soliloquy. Not soliloquy. Soliloquy. At Mutai Kipkemoi 7, you say iron or. Iron or. Encyclopedia, not pedia. Encyclopedia and Wi-Fi. Emilia Nyango Bob of Eldoret, resignation. And then the last person, Patricia Kilonzo of
Okay.
Makueni, you say to flout the rules. Betty, not float. To float the rules, common but wrong. You get
Okay.
that?
All right. Fantastic.
Yes, we go to this one, Betty. Now, this is our surprise word for tonight. When we talk about an attack
Yes.
and injury that causes some tearing of the flesh of a human being, when somebody is attacked by an animal, we don't say to maul.
Okay.
Maul is the spelling. Maul is what our eyes see, but Betty, we say maul, mold, maul, not
Okay.
maul, mauled. That is wrong. But
Okay.
Betty, remember this word.
Okay.
Testing our tongues. It is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. And it's a technical term or a specialist kind of term or device, if you like, a stylistic device.
Yeah.
And this is where sometimes when we are talking about words which carry certain sounds, which also go with the noise that they produce, you say onomatopoeia, not
Pia.
onomatope, and not onomatopoeia.
Okay.
Then lastly, dear viewers, when you want to interact with us, you can always reach me any day of the week before Friday night. You can always do so, but just send your word or the word of interest. You can send it to this X handle, that is at Willis Ochieng1, and I will always be there, so long as you hear the sound of Betty and the sound of Willis, doing things just like a brother and a sister, the way we learn like brothers and sisters.
right.
Otherwise, Betty, it's now back to you in Nairobi.
Thank you so much, Will. It's always a pleasure having you on the show. Onomatopoeia. Mmesikia, mseme tu kuambia hapa kwa which is we. Thank you very much. Willis Ocheng, of course, there joining us live and direct from Kisii County. And of course, during the week, you can talk to him on his